What's going on, everyone? I am doing my first voiceover with my new microphone. So this will be a little different for me. I usually, record in real time, but this was the filming I did in West Virginia. This is my weekend. A lot of this was filmed during the course of the weekend. And this is me driving through Beckley, West Virginia, the beginning of it. And then I'll get on, and then I filmed some. I have some footage of me driving through some West Virginia hollers. You always hear about the hollers of West Virginia through, little back streets where shacks and small houses are, neighborhoods, down in valleys or whatnot. And some of the rivers are, West Virginia is just amazingly beautiful. And I always forget how beautiful it is until I go back. And I always enjoy my time there. So, but nevertheless, this video was a lot of fun it was a lot of fun to film up here. And I don't get up here as any more than I do. Now we're getting to, I believe we're still in the Beckley area. As you can see, I have some snow on my truck. It snowed while I was, where was I? The first night I was in Princeton, and the second night I was, I guess it would be Beckley. I guess I stayed in Beckley. I stayed at a Quality Inn in Beckley. The first night I stayed at a Budget Inn in Princeton, kind of close to downtown Princeton. But it did snow. It snowed pretty good. Of course, just accumulated a little bit of accumulation on the grass, but nothing too major. So anyway, to my knowledge, I'm still driving through, I'm sort of near, I guess, downtown Beckley. Now I'm on, this was, of course, driving through West Virginia, through the interstate of West Virginia. That's always a pretty fun, driving 77 and 61 and Interstate 19. It's always a fun drive. You get to see. It really is a prettier part of the country. Just something about it. Yeah, I think Eastern Tennessee, North Carolina has some pretty mountains too, but just West Virginia is a lot of fun, a lot of beautiful rivers as well. Just everything about it. I guess that's why it's wild and wonderful West Virginia. A lot of people go there to raft and do a lot of stuff, whitewater rafting, base jumping off the bridge, a lot of fun things to do there. Now I'm driving through the Hollers, one of the hollers of, I guess, near the Oak Hill area. Now this is sort of near our old railroad town called Thurmond. Or an old coal town, old railroad and coal town. And now Thurmond's known as a ghost town, which I also did a video on and got into the depths, of the history of Thurmond, and that was a lot of fun to film. It was a cold day too. It got down to 30. That's I think we're at least 35 or something like that. Well, it was cold enough to snow, so. But driving this road was really fun. It was a lot of, I got to see the river on the side was really pretty. I got to see some small waterfalls and some of the mountains on the side where, the rock formations are always fun to get some photography of. So driving around, I was always stopping in order to go take pictures or get some footage of something. So I definitely worked pretty hard while I was up there. Oh, here is where I rolled down the window and attempt to, as I was slowly driving down this little road, railroad road, I should say. I wanted to get some GoPro footage of the river on the side of me because it was so beautiful. It was some of the waterfalls and if it wasn't so cold, I probably would have got out a little bit more often and taken more pictures. But it was, like I said, 35 degrees. And okay, this was a rail yard that I was filming as I was driving through Bluefield. No, I stopped in Bluefield and to look for a motel, but I ended up deciding on Princeton. But I thought the rail yard was kind of cool, and I'm glad I was able to get a little footage of that and the trains that were on it. I got some other footage of Bluefield as well, and as I go along, I've been editing these videos and posting them. Now we're driving through the town of Oak Hill where Hank Williams died, as I posted on there. And oh yeah, Oak Hill. There's a lot of Hank Williams history there, and it's another neat old town in West Virginia. All the towns in West Virginia are kind of old and vintage looking. A lot of old houses and buildings, that date back to the 19th century. But this was, and if you get a chance, I did a little video on the funeral home that took care of Hank and the hospital where he was pronounced dead, even though technically they knew he was dead anyway. But as you can see up ahead in the distance, there's the Oak Hill Water Tower. I've always loved doing taking photography of old water towers, some new ones as well, but especially if it's in a specific town or city as I travel. And the vintage ones always look so cool to me. But thank you all for joining me, and I will see you next time. If you ever get a chance, check out West Virginia. It's a lot of fun.